Did you think getting views and making money on YouTube was going to be easy? Well, at least I did, and I was wrong. I posted thousands of videos and eventually I generated 500 million views, but there were so many mistakes I wish I could have avoided if I knew these 22 things that I'm going to share with you right now that can help you to 10x your YouTube channel and most importantly, also make money from it. Because you see, there's a lot of creators out there that are getting views, but they are not making any money. And now I will be sharing with you the biggest things I learned that helped me to not only get views, but also generate over $1 million online at the age of 22. The lesson number one is hooks are everything. You see, I learned this lesson from Hormozi himself, where he told me that him and his team are working for hours and hours and hours on a simple hook for their YouTube video. And the reason can be surprising to you. And they are doing it because based on data, as you can see on the graphs on your screen right now, every single YouTube channel in the world loses most of their audience in the first 10 to 30 seconds. So if you focus on making the beginning of your videos better, then you will have more audience retention and therefore your videos will do better. Now, the framework that I'm using that I learned from Hormozi is called Proof Promise Plan, which means you want to start with some sort of a proof on why should people watch your video, and then you need to make them a promise. For example, you are going to learn the 22 things that help me to get views and make money from YouTube, and then you need to have a plan how people are gonna learn that. In the example of this video, you are gonna learn step-by-step 22 points that can help you to grow your business. So if you make your hooks short, on point, and follow this Proof Promise Plan framework, you are more likely to have people watching your videos for longer and therefore them converting more into sales and you making more money. Tip number two is focus on the packaging of your videos, because if no one clicks on your videos, no one is going to watch them. But there is a big tip that no one is doing that if you start implementing, your YouTube channel growth can become way faster. And here's how you can do it. Instead of making your YouTube video and then trying to think what's gonna be the perfect packaging of that, first come up with the idea and the perfect packaging, which is the title and the thumbnail of your video, and only after that make the video. Because if you know what is going to be the exact packaging of your video, then you can create your video with the hook and with the structure that it will deliver on the expectation that you set with your packaging, and therefore your video will do way better. And here's an interesting way to look at it for most people, and most people haven't even thought about this. And here's how you can go about that. Instead of trying to come up with the perfect hook or the perfect packaging, what you can do is you can simply follow this one formula, which is using the titles and the thumbnails of your videos to create curiosity and questions into the minds of your viewers and then deliver on these promises with your hook. An example of this can be this video, where I said, I got 500 million views on YouTube and learned this, and then people can think, what did you learn? How did you get so many views? Etc. So they have all of these questions in their minds, and once they click on the video, with my hook, I'm trying to reconfirm and prove them that yes, these questions that you have in your mind, I am going to cover those in the videos, and then I follow the Proof Promise Plan formula to show them the proof so they can actually believe me, and then they will start watching the video thinking that it's going to be worth their time. The tip number three is don't attract views, attract buyers. And yes, there is a huge difference. You see, I've had countless YouTube channels, for example, this one called Mr. Football, that I successfully sold a few months ago, and on that channel, I got tens of millions of views, but I only made tens of thousands of dollars. And now you can say, wait, Harut, like, is it only tens of thousands of dollars? Isn't that a lot of money? And in reality, for that amount of views, it actually isn't. I can give you an example. On this channel that you are watching right now, we have videos that got only 1, 3, 5, or 10,000 views, but generated us tens of thousands of dollars. So we actually got the same, or in some cases even more results, by only generating 1% of the views that we used to get with these other channels. And the reason is because now I am making videos that attract people that are serious and that want to solve problems, and therefore they are ready to pay for solutions. We had another client, for example, and her name is Alexa, and when she had less than 10,000 subscribers and she joined my program, we generated over $72,000 in sales in just a month. Now her channel is bigger and she grew more, but we were able to achieve these results by only having tiny amount of views on her channel. And the reason is because she attracted not just random viewers, but an exact specific person that she wanted to talk to with her videos, and therefore the people resonated with her deeply and were able to buy her products and services. There's another example, Niklas Pede, who generated over $36,000 when one of the videos we made got only 2,500 views. And there are countless examples of this, but the whole point is don't only optimize for views, but as a first priority, optimize for the right kind of views. Because if you optimize for the right views, then you don't need as many to start making money. Now, am I saying that you shouldn't try to get a lot of views? No. For as long as it's the right type of views, of course, try to get as many of them as possible. But realistically, if you want to get to your first 10k a month or even scale to 50 to 100k a month, you are not gonna need millions of views. You just need targeted viewers that are ready to become buyers, and you need to actually solve problems with your videos. Number 4, put your best advice at the beginning of the videos and not at the end. And the reason is because there's this advice out there that, hey, you need to keep the best advice at the end of the video so people stick to it and watch it. But in reality, most people click on your videos, leave after the first 10 to 30 seconds, don't get any value, and now they think that the video wasn't worth it, and next time when YouTuber comment your video to them, they don't even click. And the way that you can solve this problem is by actually having the most meaty and actionable and valuable insights at the beginning of your videos, so after people watch them, they think, oh damn, this was already helpful, how much more value I'm gonna get if I keep watching the video. And worst case, even if someone decides to leave your video and to click off, at least they got some value from it in the beginning because you didn't keep that for the end, but you gave that in the beginning of your videos. So this is a very underrated advice, and we have one of our clients, Tanya, that actually did this, and she went to her YouTube studio and she actually edited and cut some moments with the YouTube editor feature from her channel, and some of her videos started getting traction just because she cut fluff from the beginning of the videos, and now she had way more actionable things left. But of course, an easier solution is to just start making the videos this way so you don't have to re-edit them in the future. But based on our experience, we can tell you that this is something that really helped us a lot, and I wish I knew sooner. Tip number 5 is ideas on YouTube are everything. You see, it's not just about how good your video is, because there's unlimited amount of videos. There's entertainment, Netflix, YouTube, Amazon Price, Mr. Beast with his Beast games and unlimited shows, courses, communities. There's not a lack of information. So what actually can help you to stand out is your YouTube video ideas. And there's a very unique framework that we help our clients with that they use that helps them to grow their YouTube channels and make money by doing so. And that is, instead of trying to copy very big and large YouTube channels, try to copy very small channels that are successful in your niche, that are getting way more views on their videos than their subscriber count. So they have outlier videos that are doing way beyond what's normal for that channel size, and that can be an indication that if you take that idea and you do it as a small channel, that can work for you too. And even if you're a big channel and you have a lot of subscribers or an audience, if you copy ideas that work well for small channels and you do it better, then it will still work for you very well. So always pay attention to what's working well for small channels in your niche, take inspiration from their videos, make them even better, and that's a very reliable way to grow your YouTube channel. Number 6 is to identify what words do you want to be known for. For example, Patrick Bet-David from Valuetainment years and years ago decided that he's going to be known for the word entrepreneur, and he started making tens, hundreds, and I think now already thousands of videos about that topic that helped him grow millions of subscribers and generate tens or maybe even hundreds of millions of dollars from his YouTube channel. So it is a very powerful exercise to ask yourself, what do you want to be known for, and start making videos about these couple of terms, so actually start establishing yourself as an authority in that market. For example, we made few videos about YouTube or about Skool, and we got a lot of high-ticket clients from that just because we identified in people's minds with these terms. And if you consistently make videos about the topic and you keep providing value to people about those topics, then it's just a matter of time when you start being associated with those terms or ideas that will give you the credibility and therefore the reach that you are looking for. Number 7 is clear over clever. I see a lot of YouTubers, including myself, that try to be smart with their titles and thumbnails and try to have very complicated concepts to be creative. But in reality, what works best on YouTube is being clear and direct to your viewers about what your video idea, your title or thumbnail or your video is about, and are you actually delivering on your promises. And as you can see on this example, the video on the left, this is the same video, got very few views compared to the video on the right, and it's just because it is repackaged differently, and the only big difference is that now the video is way more simple and clear to understand, and therefore it appeals to wider audiences and it can do better. And if you're thinking, hey, I don't want to attract people that can't understand like hard concepts, right? My audience is smart, that's fine. If you still make videos that are simple, clear instead of clever, the audience that you have that is smart or that knows what these terms are, they will be able to understand it even better. But you also will give the opportunity for people that don't understand these complicated concepts or quite frankly don't want to care about that, they can also understand what your video is about and can actually start watching it. Therefore, you can get more eyeballs, more people booking calls with you or applying to work with you or buying your communities or joining your courses, and therefore you can make more money. Tip number 8 is create a vision document for your channel, and it's not what you think. I'm not talking about having views or subscribers or goals or vision board there, although you can do that or put your goals there. What I'm talking about here is to have why your channel exists. And here's what I mean. If you create a simple Google document where you have to write down who your channel is for, who is your ideal avatar or your ideal customer profile, who are you trying to attract with your channel, what these people want, what these people are afraid of, what these people are struggling with, what are some of your competitors and what are some of their most popular videos, what is that exact thing or mechanism or vehicle or process that you help people with to get the results that you help them to achieve, and overall thesis and direction and the vision of your channel. You can think about it as if you had to pitch your channel idea to an investor and they have to invest in your channel. What you should have on a simple Google document that will tell them everything that they need to know about your channel, who it is for, why it exists, what problems does it solve, and if you actually do a good job, then they will be able to understand it and believe in your idea. And if you can't clearly communicate on a piece of paper who your channel is for, then it's going to be very hard for you to consistently make videos for viewers because you don't know even who you are attracting. But if you do this exercise and you get clarity on who you are trying to reach, not only you can get views, but you can also start making sales because you will attract your ideal avatar, the person that you know is going to get value from your videos and therefore can also join your program, buy your thing or buy your product or whatever it is so you can make money. This is a very underrated tip, so I would highly recommend you to just take 5 to 10 minutes after this video, create your vision document, and if you do it, you will have a lot of clarity on the direction of your channel, and therefore you will have more chances to grow your channel. Number 9 is document your journey. You see, a lot of us think that we need to be perfect, that we need to come and say, hey, I made this much money, or I lost this much weight, or here are all of my accomplishments. Don't get me wrong, accomplishments, credibility, proof, it's very important. But what is more important is showing people that you're a human being. For example, in this video, I shared the lessons and the mistakes I made because I made these mistakes. I wasn't perfect. I invested over $250,000 into different coaching programs, masterminds, coaches. I learned from some of the best people in the world. And I tried a lot of things, but I still failed. I made thousands of videos that didn't get views. I had faceless YouTube channels that failed. I helped clients that didn't get results in the short term. So there's things that I did that didn't work, but those are the things that make me relatable with other people. Because if I was just born in a rich family, or if I always had a big channel, or if I never struggled, or if I was perfect in camera, which I am not, then I will be less relatable. So one of the biggest tips that can give you a lot of peace of mind is that you don't have to have everything figured out. You just need to document your journey. What did you try that didn't work? What problems did you solve? How did you feel in the process? And how you overcame some of the biggest challenges in your journey? Because when you do this and you document your journey, you give people the opportunity to connect with who you were before you got all these results or before you made your transformation. And it makes them believe that if they do what you did, then they can get the results as well. And that's why they want to watch you. So if you ever feel that you need to be perfect in your YouTube videos, in your content or whatever, understand that it's not the case. You just need to get started. And if you already started, then you need to keep going and document as transparently as possible everything that you are going through that you are comfortable to share with the world. And if you do that, people are gonna fall in love with your process, with your values, and the people that will resonate with you, they will become buyers in the future, which means you can also make money from your channel, which is of course one of the most important things to have a sustainable long-term career with YouTube. Number 10, forget vanity metrics. There are so many people that over-obsess about YouTube analytics. Hey, here's my exact tags, or here's the reach that I'm getting every single day, or this thumbnail has 0.1% better CTR than my other video. At the end of the day, what you need to care about is what videos attract the right kind of viewers. Because yes, a certain video can have a higher CTR, or can have a higher audience retention, or can have more likes or views or whatever it is, but it doesn't mean that you accomplish your objective. Because if you created your vision document that we talked about in one of the previous points, and let's say you decided that you want to help entrepreneurs lose weight, then not every single video is going to be made equal. You can have a video that got 10,000 or 100,000 views, but didn't have even near the impact that another video can have with only 500 views or 1,000 views. Or another video that has these metrics in the YouTube studio or analytics that shows you that you got more views, it can make you way more sales than another video that was better targeting the exact person that you are trying to attract. So am I saying that you should never pay attention to any data or numbers? Absolutely not. It's actually one of the most important things, and that's going to be one of the next tips that we're going to talk about. But what I'm talking about is don't try to over-optimize the smallest things. Try to focus on the 80-20 principle, which is, are you making videos that you genuinely enjoy? Are you making videos that attract the right kind of person to your ecosystem? And do they actually enjoy it? And at the end of the day, are these views turning into buyers, into people that join your community, subscribe to your email newsletter, follow you on Instagram? Are they taking other steps? Because if not, then it shows that your videos usually don't have much of an emotional impact. But if people are taking these next steps with you and are following you in other platforms, or they're joining your programs, etc., that means that your videos were usually impactful enough for the person to go and take action to get closer to their goal or to solve the problem that your videos are helping them to solve. So please don't try to overly analyze the numbers or the views, and don't get discouraged in the short term if you don't get many views, because you don't need as many to make a living from YouTube and to scale your business and to get clients if you just be patient with that. And that's actually the next focus point, which is YouTube is all about patience and compounding. Because you see, no one makes their first YouTube video and gets 1 million views or 1 million subscribers. Yes, maybe there are exceptions, but they are not the rule, right? And if we want to make our YouTube journey as successful as possible, or to increase the chance of that, then we need to follow what most creators did that helped them to become successful. And for most creators, it doesn't take 1, 2, 3, or even 10 videos to become successful. Usually it takes tens, sometimes hundreds, in some cases even more videos to really crack the code. Now, does that mean that it's gonna take you years to succeed? No, but what that means is that the sooner you take action, and the sooner and the more videos you post in the beginning, the more you are gonna fail, therefore the more you are going to learn, and therefore you can achieve your results faster. So if you want to start on YouTube or get results, and you want to do it in a day or in a week, you are not going to be successful, unfortunately, unless you get lucky. And if you want to be successful, then know that most of your competition is going to quit. And if you just keep going, one day, one action, one video, one improvement, 1% better every single day, every single time, and you don't stop, your success chances become 10 times higher, and you basically make it inevitable to succeed. Tip number 12 is that call to actions matter. So here's what I mean. A lot of people that want to convert their YouTube viewers into buyers and into sales, they make this simple mistake of making their call to actions as an ask, as they are trying to get something from their audience. When the secret is to make your call to actions in a way that it feels like to your audience that they are getting something very valuable. Because you can actually make it that way. You can make call to actions that add value to your audience and at the same time convert better, so you can have more people joining your communities, more people applying to work with you, or more people potentially buying your services or your products. And here's an example. We had a client called Fabian who was doing call to actions for his music channel and was asking people, hey, if you want to book a call with me and buy my product or my program, right, approximately, I am paraphrasing it, just click the link in the description. And we had a call together, and I asked him to tweak it and to make his call to actions this way. He said, hey, do you want to learn how to play guitar better? If yes, I'm going to do a one-on-one absolutely free call with you where I will see how I can help you to achieve a result without this pain, without this sacrifice, this effort, etc. So he made a call to action that when the viewers were listening to that, they thought, oh damn, like this is really valuable. And then he said, if you're interested, click the link in the description. So by just reframing on how you set this call to action, he got more people that responded to that and got more value from it, and he also generated more sales. In fact, he sent me a message and he told me that he made more sales in a day than he used to make in a month. And funnily enough, Fabian actually made a video about this and he posted in our community on how exactly he changed this call to action and what words exactly he tweaked to just generate 10 times more sales overnight in this case. And yes, of course, he was already getting views, but still it made a huge difference for him. And if you want to get access to this video and to learn exactly what he tweaked to have way more effective call to actions, then you can just join our community down below absolutely for free. And once you join, you can ask us about the video from Fabian and we will send it your way and you can see it for yourself. You see what I did there? I'm adding more value to you guys watching that might be interested in seeing that, and also this call to action is going to be more effective than if I just say join my free community, etc, etc. So give people good reasons that are good for them to follow your call to actions, and therefore you will have more people that actually follow it and you get more leads, more sales, more applications, and you also help more people at the same time. Call to actions matter. Please don't sleep on them. As you could see on this example, it can even boost your sales by several times if you just tweak a couple of simple words. results. Number 13 is simplify your sales funnel. I see so many people that have complicated sales funnels, like they make YouTube videos and after that people sign up for your website and then they sign up to your email newsletter, then you send them a 25 email sequence, then you book a webinar on them and there's an auto webinar replay, etc. Right? So people try to overcomplicate it when in reality all you really need to succeed on YouTube and to get views and to make money and most importantly to turn this into buyers is to make YouTube videos and then have one or two simple ways where people can get in contact with you and they can take the next step. So it can be a mini VSL, which is a short video that explains how people can work with you, what problem do you help them to solve, why are you better than your competition, your proofs, your results, your testimonials, etc. For example, Iman Ghazi made a video like that and he made over $20 million from this video. So you can just post your VSL even on YouTube. VSL stands for Video Sales Letter. Or that can be just on your website and people, after watching your YouTube video, they click on the link, they go to your website, they watch a video, then they book a call with you, or they DM you on Instagram, or they send you a message on Facebook, or they join your Skool community, and that's how you can generate sales. So please don't overcomplicate it, don't confuse the people that want to buy something from you. Make it very simple, make valuable and consistent content, and after that have just one or two simple ways that people can get in contact with you and take the next steps so you can help them. Tip number 14 is optimize your watch time. Why? Because as you might know, what matters a lot to YouTube is how much time people spend on the platform, because the more time they spend on the platform, the more money YouTube is going to make. I'm sure you heard this point before, but the key secret here is that there is actually a tab in the YouTube Studio, if you go to YouTube Studio and to audience section, where YouTube actually shows you what videos of yours bring more people back to your channel so they watch more videos. So if you check your YouTube Studio and if you already have that section available, you can make more videos like the ones that people like, and after they start watching more videos, and therefore it increases the total watch time, the total session time on your channel, and that usually has way bigger effect than just increasing the individual watch time for a single video. Of course, it still matters, and you should be aiming for at least anywhere from 30 to 40% audience retention for videos that are about 8 to 10 minutes long, but also making videos like the ones that bring people back to your channel, so the total watch time on your channel increases, is also very important. Number 15, quality topics generate quality leads. And here's what it means. A lot of people want to get leads for their business, to get more calls, to get more applications, to get more community members, etc. But the mistake that they make is they never ask themselves, is this topic that I'm going to make my video about, is that going to attract the right quality leads and the buyers that I want? And I can give an example. Let's say if I made this video about how to start on YouTube even if you're a complete beginner and even if you are not serious, right? Let's say if that was my title. Well, I would have attracted people like this. But when I make my title, here's how I got 500 million views and I learned this, then it already attracts people that probably started posting on YouTube or are seriously considering that, and they are serious buyers and serious leads and serious viewers, and they want to actually solve problems. So before making videos, and if you want to attract very quality people and quality leads, ask yourself, is this video going to attract the person that I want? Another example of this is there are people that want to work with established business owners. So in that case, why would you make a video title with the name of a step-by-step guide for beginners? Because if you do, you are going to attract the beginners, and the vice versa. If you want to attract more of a beginners with your content and not advanced people, because you are better at helping beginners, let's say, then of course you need to have that title of step-by-step for beginners and not have more complicated titles, because it might attract the wrong audience. So before making the videos, and if you want to attract high quality leads, ask yourself, is this topic a high quality topic, and is this going to actually be interesting to the avatar, to the ideal customer that I'm trying to attract with my video? Number 16 is to batch your tasks. And this is one of the biggest productivity hacks when it comes to YouTube, because if you every single time have to come up with a new YouTube video idea and then the title and then a thumbnail and then come up with the hook and script the video and make the video and then edit it yourself, then you are not going to be very consistent, or at least it will be very hard. But what you can do is you can actually in one setting create 5 YouTube video ideas and then come up with the 5 titles for all of these ideas. Then sit down and for 2 hours or 1 hour and make all the 5 thumbnails if you are making them yourself. And then the next day, let's say on the weekend, you can record all these 5 videos, and then the next day you can edit all these 5 videos and then you schedule them. So this way you are just focused on getting one thing done at a time and trying to have as many similar types of work done at the same time, because while you're in the flow, as you are in the flow state and you are focused and you're in the deep work session mode, right? And your brain is focused on getting it done, the more similar tasks you do, the more productive you're going to be. So this is a very simple thing, but most people don't do it. So if I start again, I wish I started started batching things way sooner, because it would have saved so much time, so much nerves, and it would help me to just be successful way faster because I wouldn't waste so much time. Number 17 is take enough action. And here's what it means. A lot of people, they watch a YouTube video, or they watch videos like this, or they watch a course, and they learn, let's say, how to improve their YouTube video or how to improve their YouTube channel. So they go and they make one YouTube video about the things that they learned, and they don't get results in the short term, and they get discouraged and they quit, right? But in reality, for you to be close to implementing the advice and to getting the most value from anything that you learn, you need to make sure to take enough action on that. Because let's say, for example, you want to lose weight and you decide to go to the gym, right? If you go to the gym one time for 1 week, right? And you exercise perfectly and you follow the advice exactly to the T, right? And you do everything right. Do you think you will lose the weight that you want or significant amounts of weight? Probably not, right? So not only the advice needs to be correct, but you also need to take enough action on the advice to have enough data to improve your channel, right? So in this case as well, once you learn new things, let's say you learn that you need to take ideas or inspirations from small channels and model them and make better videos, and that's how you can grow your channel. Don't go and try to model one idea from one small channel and then quit, right? Do it for the next 10 YouTube videos at least, so you can have enough data to see what worked, what didn't, so you can double down on the topics and the ideas that work the best for you. Therefore, you can grow your channel more and you can make money faster. Number 18, reduce distractions and focus. I see so many people that they are trying to grow their YouTube channel at the same time, grow on Instagram, grow on LinkedIn, grow on Twitter, grow on Facebook, run ads, launch a community, launch 5 communities. And they also have like 2 business partners. And they also have this in-person thing. And they have so many things. And the reason that it's hard is because you are not focused. There's just so many things to work on that it's impossible for you to give your best to anything. And I understand this because I was this person for a very long time. I might have an ADHD. I don't know. I might have it. I've never passed a medical test or whatever, but I at least feel that way. I always have thousands of videos in my watch later playlist. I have tabs open. I'm active. I try to. It's hard for me to focus from time to time, but every single time when I look back in my journey, where we made hundreds of thousands of dollars, where we won this competition from Hormozi, and some of us called it the 100, where we generated $210,000 in 90 days. Any success, any results, any part of my journey, when I look back at, every single time I focused on one thing. So if you're watching this video and you're trying to get done 50 things, let's say you're trying to grow your YouTube channel, Instagram, Twitter, etc., one of these things should be a priority, right? And I love this quote which says, if you have more than 3 priorities, you have none, right? So if you ask yourself this question now, what are your 3 priorities, and what in which order are these priorities? What's the number 1 for you, number 2, number 3, and you start execute on them, then just the world is gonna decide your priorities for you, right? And if you're watching this video and if you think growing your YouTube channel and getting leads or buyers from it is the priority number 1, then treat it like that. Because if you don't, your competitor that will go all in on that thing and focus and eliminate other distractions so they can actually give their best at that thing, they will beat you. But if you do this, I promise you, you will beat most of the competition, because most people are distracted, right? Including me. I sometimes get distracted too. So none of us are going to be perfect, but it's just about how focused can you be, how quickly can you notice you being distracted, eliminate them, and just be focused on the main thing and going all in, because that's when you will get the best results. So if I have to give myself advice, this would be one of the most important things I would tell myself, because I was trying to do a million things at once, right? Joining different programs, listening to 20 different creators or gurus at the same time, where I just should have followed one advice, one path, go all in, and making it happen. And later, once you have more resources, time, team members, money, employees, of course, you will be able to, go broader and do other things too. But in the beginning, the more you focus, the better. And Alex Hormozi even recommends to do that until you are making at least $3 million a year. So if you are watching this video and if you are not making $3 million a year yet, I would follow this advice. And if you are, then great, good for you. Go and grow your business even more. And yeah, let's do this. Number 19, perfect is the enemy of done. This is probably the biggest mistake I made in my journey, because every single time when I try to do something, to start my YouTube channel, to make a VSL so people can buy things from me, right? Promote a new thing, start a new community, every single time I try to do something, I just try to make it perfect. And even while recording this video, I judged myself already 20 times. Why did I say this thing this way? Am I talking too fast? I probably am. I should have gave a better example. I should have spent more time explaining this thing. Or what if it was too long? And I'm constantly judging myself. But the one thing that I learned that was stopping me before is even if something is imperfect, doesn't mean that it shouldn't be done. For example, this video is imperfect. I am imperfect. But back then, I wouldn't make this video because I would say, if it's not going to be perfect, why would I make this, right? But if you never make videos, although they are imperfect, you will never grow. And that's what I'm doing now. It's very uncomfortable. There's fear. There's every time, oh, what if I'm spending this time and people don't find this video useful, right? There's all these thoughts that I have, but I still remind myself, just do it. Imperfect action is better than perfect inaction. So just take action, get it done. Don't make excuses. Imperfect is better than done. So just do it and your future self will thank you for that. And to be honest, if you never start, when are you going to be perfect? Never. So if you actually care about being perfect, then you just need to take massive imperfect action so you learn each time so you get closer to perfection. So even if you care about doing things very well, you need to be willing to not do things very well in the beginning and to get better. So eventually you can actually get good and you can actually perform at the standards that you want. Number 20, turn criticism into opportunity for improvement. And here's the biggest thing. Most people get discouraged from criticism, from negative comments, including me. Very rarely, which I'm very grateful to you guys, we do get some bad comments like, hey, you are fake, the play buttons that you have are fake, which they are not fake. These were just for one of my faceless channels I owned before, right, that I'm not sharing right now. And even I have a YouTube video where I'm revealing it. But these people don't know and are trying to hate on you, right? So this type of hate, I try to ignore that because you can never just be perfect or please everyone. And first of all, you are imperfect, I am imperfect, which means sometimes people are right. Yeah, something is bad. I am speaking too quickly, right? Or I didn't explain this thing well, or I didn't pronounce that word correctly, or whatever, right? So first of all, sometimes people are right. Second of all, sometimes people are giving you feedback that you can do nothing with. Hey, that's fake. That's not fake. So what do I do with that advice, right? But beyond this advice, which I think the best way is to ignore them, right? The next advice is people that give you constructive criticism. And there's a lot of them as well. Recently, I got a comment of someone that said, hey, Harut, can you speak a little bit more slowly, right? And I know that even in this video, I spoke very fast. But I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to be a little bit more intentional about that now. And that's going to improve me. For example, during this video, there were a few moments that I intentionally slowed down because I remembered the advice from this person, right? So pay attention to criticism, ignore most of it because it's not going to be constructive, but every now and there's someone that doesn't do it to hate you. They really want to give you feedback, and if you are open-minded and you listen to that feedback, you can turn that into improvement, into getting better and getting more results. And I would make that trade every single time. If I need to lower my ego a little bit and listen to someone and get better results, I think it's a very good trade-off. Number 21 is make data-driven decisions, not emotional ones. And here's how you can use that. For example, I had a client that I was talking to and they were saying, hey man, I'm trying to make videos, they are not working, I'm posting this video and that video and I'm not getting clients, etc. So I said, hey man, in this case, it was a male, right? So I said, what if you pay attention to what worked well for you already? Because now you're trying to guess. Oh, I'm going to make this video. I feel this way. I felt that way. I think it doesn't matter, right? Let's have a look at what worked on data, on what's working for your competitors, on what's working for your competitors' best performing videos, on what's working on your channel, right? And what they did is they went and actually watched some of the competitors' videos. And not only they watched the videos, but they started reading the comments under the videos of their competitors. And they noticed that people are complaining about something. So there was data there, right? So he took that advice, that feedback from people's comments under another video, and he made the video like their competitor, but implemented the feedback that he learned from people based on data, right? And this video also did well, but it still had criticism. So he thought, what if I copy this video, but I also, implement the feedback that people left under the comments? He did that, and guess what? He got 50,000 views, or now I think it's 60 something, but whatever. So it was an outlier for his channel, right? And then what he did is that Harut, I just noticed when I click most popular, the 3 top videos on my channel are these kind of videos. In this case, it was course videos. It was long course videos, right? So okay, why don't you make more videos like this? He said, oh, I didn't think about that, right? And it's all because we all, right, are a little bit too emotional sometimes. We are stuck in our head, right? And as Tony Robbins says, if you are in your head, you are dead, right? So if we are in our head too much, then we can just overthink things and we can say, I feel this way, I feel that way, maybe I should do this, and we don't make decisions based on data. But if you want to grow, then one of the best things is to just calm down, take a deep breath and say, what's working? Not based on my opinion, but based on data. What's working for my competitors, what has worked before for my channel, and how can I do more videos like the ones that worked well. This can apply to your thumbnails as well. If you want to make thumbnails that get more people to click, go to your analytics, look at your CTRs and see which thumbnails have the most click-through rate, which thumbnails got the most clicks, right? So if you find these thumbnails and you learn based on data and you see what do they have in common, next time if you make thumbnails like that, then you have more chances of them performing better as well. So make decisions based on data, not emotions, and I promise you, your results will get even better. Number 22, optimize for having enjoyment in the process. And here's why. I'm sure you heard about the analogy of the goose and the eggs, right? If goose produces eggs, right, and you want to just have as many eggs as possible, yes, you can like force the goose to have as many eggs, right, and just to do whatever it takes, right? But at a certain moment, the goose can die, right? So a better way to do, if you actually want to have the most eggs in the long term, is to also care about the health of the goose. And in this example, the goose are us, right? The content creators, the people that post on YouTube, the entrepreneurs, the people that want to attract leads to our businesses, right? And if you want to be consistent in this game, which 99% of the people aren't, and that's how you beat them, by being consistent, if you want to do that, then you need to have some enjoyment in the process, right? Sometimes make a video that is just for you, for your soul, right? You just want to talk about that topic, unless of course it's not totally unrelated. Like you have a channel about fitness, and then you make a video about, I don't know, bots, right? It probably won't work, but for as long as it's something related, you can still talk about things that you are passionate about, because this way you will fall in love with the process, you will be more consistent, it will be easier for you to work as hard as possible because you will love it, right? And what looks like hard work to others, it will be like play to you, right? Because you love it and you enjoy the process. So you want, of course, enjoy every single part of the process, like recording. Sometimes it takes a lot of energy, or you need to prepare for the video. So sometimes it's not easy, but if you just pay attention to the things that you enjoy, right? Maybe you enjoy making videos when you're outside, right? And there is sun, or maybe when you have a whiteboard, or maybe when you talk about a certain topic or a certain style or format, or when you tell stories, or a certain specific way that you start your videos. If you find these things, my advice to my younger self would be to optimize doing more of these things, because if I did them, I would have been more consistent and I would have better results. So pay attention to the journey as well, enjoy it, have some fun during the process, because not only you will not miss out on the journey, but at the same time you are more likely to get results, because it will just be simply harder for you to stop and quit. And when you don't stop and you don't quit and you just keep going and getting a little bit better every single time, as you know, in every single area of our life, then of course eventually what happens is you win. And talking about winning, Alex Hormozi himself showed me how to scale my business to $300,000 a month. So if you want to check that out, I will leave that on your screen. I really hope you found this video useful.